In this video we're going to show you how to set up a document template. First thing we need to do is open up a new document. We do this by going to File, New, double clicking on Blank Document, and you can see we've now got a new document opened up. What we need to do as well is we need to firstly insert a cover page. So we go to Insert Ribbon, Cover Page, and we will pick the conservative cover page. Click on that and you'll see that it's inserted a cover page, and we've also got our page that follows. Now you'll notice there are some controls on the cover page, as you can see where I click over Company and Type of Document and type the document subtitle. To be able to deal with those, we need to actually be showing something called a developer ribbon. And as you can see as I run across the top, the developer ribbon does not show by default. So we need to show the developer ribbon. So we go to File, Options, and in this case we're going to use Customize Ribbon, and we'll go down this section on the right hand side and click on Developer and then click OK. And we'll notice now the developer ribbon has appeared along the top of the ribbon menu. Now you need to be careful with this developer ribbon because it does depend how you've got 2010 set, where you actually go to actually enable the developer ribbon. So if you can't find it, you need to speak to your tutor. What we'll do is we'll click on that developer ribbon and we'll allow it to open. And what I'm going to do is highlight one of the sections here, and you'll note that when I highlight it, this little area here will become live. As we click on that there, you can see that's now become live, the controls section. What we're going to do here is we're going to change some of the properties on this. So I'm going to right click on the document there, we'll click open there, we'll make sure that that's showing up there. I'm going to look at the properties tab and then click on this properties, and rather than put company, we're going to have university, and I'll click OK. If we're going to type the document here, what we're going to put in here is the module code. So we'll type in here module code, click OK. In this section here, type the document subtitle. We'll click on that, and again make sure we pick up the properties, and we'll put in the tutor name, click OK. We'll go here to Windows User. In this instance, on the Windows User, make sure we highlight it again. We're going to put in your name, click OK, and then underneath that we need to enter some new fields. And in this instance we're going to have, we've got your name, we need your number, so we're going to click up here, we're going to put it in a plain text control, and you can see that we put in plain text control there. We're going to have a look at its properties, and we're going to make this student ID. Make sure you type in your student ID number. You notice it's now called student ID. And then we finally, in here we've got a pick the date at the moment. And if we click on that pick the date, it will allow us to actually pick a date, but we're just going to call that something else. We're going to make sure that we're going to say it's assessment due date, and then we'll click OK. So what we've got now is, if we have a look at these, we've got your name, we've got student ID, assessment due date, we've got tutor name, we've got module code, and we've got university. What we want to do now in here is make sure that the titles going into these sections that you can see are correct. In the top one we've got Liverpool John Moores University, no problem. But here where we've got module code, it says type the document. So we're going to go into design mode now. And when we do, you'll notice the document will change, and where it says type the document name, we're going to put in module code. And then where it says tutor name, we're going to highlight that, and we're going to type in tutor name. In here where it says Windows User, we're going to type in your name, student ID. I'm going to type in student ID, and then we'll leave the assessment due date. We'll, rather than pick date, we'll type in assessment due date. When we've done all that, we'll go out of design mode by clicking on it, and you can see now there's Liverpool John Moores University, there's our module code, there's your tutor name, there's your student ID, and there's the assessment due date. We may need something else now, which will be a title, the actual title of the piece of work. So let's go after that assessment due date. Let's go down the sections. Let's make sure that we go back to our home page, and we'll make sure that that's centered for the moment. And we'll go back to our developer ribbon, and in here we're going to put in the title. So again, we'll go up, we'll add a new bar, and we'll give this its properties. So we'll call this assessment title. We'll click OK. Again, we'll go into design mode, and in there where it says click here to enter text, we'll put in assessment title. Again, come out of that, click on design mode, and there we have our cover page ready for you to enter stuff in the future. Finally, what we need to do is go down the bottom and delete this abstract. And it's handy if you highlight the abstract tab and then actually hit delete, and it should get rid of the whole thing. So we've got rid of the abstract tab. So now we have the start of a template, and we need to make sure that we save this and save this as a template. So we do File, we do Save As, and then we make sure that when it comes out, rather than saving it as a Word document, we click the drop down and we make sure that we save it as a Word template, so that that drop down is saved as a Word template, and then we click Save. I'll just cancel that because we don't need to save it for the moment. And that is the start of the Word template.